Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you the makeover that I did to my entryway door. It's also affordable, renter-friendly DIY, so if you want to see how my door went from this to this, then keep on watching. For the color of the door, I went with black and I decided to use vinyl removable paper. This you could purchase at Amazon. That's where I got mine. I just feel like it's easier to work with this instead of paint. The day I move, I'm going to have to paint the door back, so I went with this better. If you are a beginner when it comes to vinyl paper like this, make sure that you peel off the back of the paper only a small amount. Make it straight, fold it so it can make it easy once you place it in the area that you will be using the paper. This will help you so much because if you go in and pull all that paper out and just try to stick it in there, you're gonna make a mess. You might mess up the paper. Some papers are fragile, they'll bend, things like that. So you want to start first with a small amount, and as you can see here, then you go and you peel it from the back and you continue on to pressing that vinyl right on top of whatever you're using, which obviously, as you can see, I'm using it for my door. There's tools like this that you could use. I use my fingers, and all you're gonna do is constantly do the same thing. Gently, you're gonna go back and forth, peel from the back a small amount. And if you have any trouble, like you just saw me pull the vinyl off my door, that's because sometimes the paper might bend. It might add bubbles, and you're going to try to fix that little by little as much as you can. And here I noticed that this tool was much better than the first one, and that's why I switched it up. So here, unfortunately, my camera was not focusing. I guess it just wanted to focus on my grays right here instead of the vinyl paper. Since it's black, I guess it wasn't focusing the way it should have. And the placing of the lights. This was so difficult to film, you guys. You have no idea. But basically what I do is with my fingers, I press as much as possible to have a section, feel the area, and then I cut a circle around it. And I press down again and try to, mold the paper around the lock and the door handle. For the door handle, I did mess up. I cut a little too much. So what I did was that I decided to remove the vinyl paper. As you can see, look at that spacing right there, but that's an easy fix. Don't get discouraged if this happens to you. So on the bottom of the door handle, I got an extra piece of vinyl and just pressed down, and with the knife I cut it in a circular motion. Since I didn't measure, I did this 3 times. It's just a small amount, so when you place the other paper like I'm going to do, because I messed up, it blends everything together. You cannot see any white sections through the paper, so that's how I did it around the door handle. I hope that makes any sense. And then I just continue and pressed everything all the way down. So far this is the way it's looking. Now for the rest of the door, I went in with a bigger piece of paper. And as you can see right here, you think that is not going to look right because I am having 2 sections of paper, even though they're the same one, and you think that there will be a line. Trust me, this paper blends very well, and you do not see where I start and where I finish. To get the look of the frame on the door, I went to Home Depot and I picked up 4 of the Colonial stop right there. That's the one, the 698. I picked up 4. To glue the corners together, I used E6000. I also added some hot glue because the E6000 says that to cure, it takes a couple of hours. And I was very impatient doing this DIY and I wanted to get it done. So I also added hot glue to each corner. If you have time, you really don't have to do this. But again, I was impatient and I wanted to get this done by, in a couple hours. So therefore, I went in with my stapler gun and I stapled each corner 3 times like that. so it could be more sturdy. Then to paint the frame, I used a matte black paint so it could blend in very well with the matte vinyl paper. And once that was dry, I used to place it on the door the Scotch Mount Clear double-sided tape. Then I just cut some medium pieces. I placed that in each corner of the frame. I press down to make sure that the tape stays nice and stuck there. And I also placed it on the middle of the frame. And after that, you peel the extra cover that it comes and it's ready to be placed in the door. So while I was editing, I come to notice that unfortunately I did not show you guys how did I get the shape of the frame. And I'm sorry, but we already did it in another video that I'm going to do. Also my kitchen door, that one's going to be white and I could show you then, but I didn't do it. So that's why I forgot. My husband used this tool right here. I don't know how to use this. So if you don't know how to use this, it's kind of pointless to show you anyway. But there is some tools that you could use that will give you that sharp edge angle. So you could go and cut it. It'll be less of a mess, as you can see right here, and give you that look right there. So it looks like this. And basically, you know, you got to cut it. So it could turn out like this in the four corners. You measure it to the size of your liking. But that is how it looks like. I got 4 because you need 2 for each frame. So again, you cut it, then you glue it, and it gives you, you know, that look of the frame. And back here, which I didn't show either, but right here is where I place the Scotch double-sided tape. And I staple, again, right here, this together, but the other way around, and the staples did not come through. So you'll be good with that, like I mentioned. Hopefully this video could go up today. So yeah, let's get back to the video. When it was time to place the frame on my door, this corner of my house is pretty dark. So even though I had a box light behind me, I still couldn't see if I was placing the frame straight. To me, I kept on looking higher on one side than the other. The matte black on the frame blend so good with this vinyl paper that I really could not see if I was placing it straight. So then my husband came in to help me. He showed me this app that is on the iPhone. It's called Level. I didn't have it on mine, but he has it. He's been using that for our DIYs or in general because it's pretty good. So you just place it on top of the item. So here I'm using it for my frame and it's showing me that it's leveled correctly. Thank God for this app, honestly, because I could not see. And if I would not have used this app, the frames, let's just say they definitely would not have been straight at all. So get ready to laugh because guess what I did? Yeah, you see that. Nail polish, right? The door hinges, they're outdated. They're not even gold. If they were nice and gold, I would have just left them alone, but they're not. And they look pretty bad. You can't see them on camera, but in person, you definitely could have seen that. I know I'm gonna hear it in the comments because who does this? But honestly speaking, they turn out great. They really did. You don't see a difference. It's black, so it blends nicely. And the day I move again, I'll just clean that up and call it a day. If I would have used paint, it definitely would have been more difficult for me to fix. So yeah, that's what I did. And once I was done with that, the door is complete. I love the way the door turned out. It looks so nice in my living room, the way my decor goes, and it just blends in nicely. It looks expensive, even though it's not. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Anything that I used on this video will be down in the description box, so go and check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all on my next video. Bye guys.